Okay, now for the last section, which is about hobbies and whatnot. And then I'll be done. I've been speaking for a while now, and my throat really hurts. So let's get this over with. What other fandoms have I been a part of? I've been part of the furry fandom. I was a furry. I don't really call myself a furry anymore. I'm just not really a part of that anymore. And then also the Nintendo fandom and Pokemon fandom, which is also part of the Nintendo fandom, but Pokemon's a lot bigger than like everything. And that's pretty much it. Cartoons in general, I guess. Um, but yeah, Nintendo is a big one though. I love Nintendo, which ties into the next question. What is my favorite video game console and or games? And just Nintendo consoles always really loved. It's what I grew up with. And as far as some of my favorite games, I have a lot of different games that are my favorites. Some non-Nintendo ones that were my favorites are like Shadow of the Colossus. I really love that game. And then for Nintendo franchises, Metroid is a really big one for me. I love Metroid. And I also love Earthbound the Mother series. That's great. And then the Paper Mario series I really love too. And anything Mario really. And then there's also a new type franchise that Nintendo acquired called Endless Ocean, which is a spiritual successor to the Everblue series on PlayStation. It's basically like a scuba diving sim, but it's also a game, and it's pretty cool. There's two games on the Wii for it. There's Endless Ocean, and then there's Endless Ocean Blue World, which is a lot has a lot more content to it. And I also love the No More Heroes games. Those are great. But yeah, Animal Crossing is another one. And for PC, I do love the Half-Life series. Um, it's just unfortunate that Episode 3 we're like probably never going to see it at this point. And there's also Roller Coaster Tycoon and a Zoo Tycoon. I really love. Those games I really love. But yeah, as far as other games go, I'll play just about anything. I'm just not very competitive. Probably the only multiplayer game that I play a lot would be Super Smash Brothers, and that's about it. I don't play many multiplayer online games, except for maybe Borderlands. I think if I got that on PC, I played that online with people a lot because I really love that game. But other than that, I'll play just about anything. Oh yeah, also the Rock Band series. I was a really big fan of the Rock Band series. I still play it now and again, but not as often as I used to. And the next question, what do I think of the Wii U? Last year, last year's E3, I was really excited for it, and this year's E3, it was just kind of because like last year I was like, look at all the potential, and then this year it's like, did the potential go? Which with the Wii was kind of the opposite because they actually showed off stuff, but for this year they didn't. The Wii U is supposed to come out this year, so I'm not sure what's going on. This hasn't happened before. People said it happened with the Wii, but no, that didn't happen. The Wii was successful. It was. People who are denying it are just stupid. But the Wii U, I'm actually kind of skeptical about, and which is weird for me because I'm usually like really pro Nintendo. So I just hope that they have more up their sleeve if they have like a conference in September later this year and reveal some more stuff. It seems like they're more focused on the 3DS right now. The next question: why did I become a biology major, and what got me into science, and what is my degree in? What got me into science? My mom and dad would take me to the beach and to museums and aquariums, and that kind of had a lot of influence on me. So I also used to watch Bill Nye the Science Guy, so I think that had a lot of influence too, because I would watch that at my grandma's house on PBS. So that had a lot of influence, and I just really loved dinosaurs as a kid. So I'd have books on dinosaurs, and I also have books on the ocean too. So I like that. I liked looking at them, and I tell my parents to read me these books when like I went to bed. It wasn't like storybooks. I wanted them to read like zoo books and stuff to me. But my degree is I have an associate in science, and I'm hoping to work on my bachelor's in zoology. The next question, since I was asked the question about a biology major and zoology major, and this question usually gets asked a lot. but I saw one person ask it, but people do ask it to like biologists and zoologists and stuff. Is what are my thoughts on animal experimentation? I think it's necessary for medicine and different things that we need as humans. Some people get a little bit too sensitive over small animals that don't live that long, and usually the type of people who are sensitive to them, like the type of people like, oh, it's a poor mouse or something, and then like you show them like a bobbit worm or something, and they freak out because bobbit worm isn't cute. Bobbit worm is a terrifying creature, but yeah, I think that people are a little bit too sensitive towards that kind of thing. I just think as long as the animal testing remains like humane, then it'll fly with me. Okay, here's a big question. Why do I like dolphins? Back in 2004, my mom moved to California, and I wanted to do different things there, and she asked me what did I want to do, and as I was researching different things to do, like different theme parks and museums and whatnot, I had the TV on, and a commercial for SeaWorld was going on because they do that during the spring, where they advertise their parks. And at that moment, I kind of realized that I'd never seen a dolphin before, so I decided that why not? We should go there. And then, like, sort of overnight, I became obsessed with the creatures because I've never seen them before. And I think the main thing I love about dolphins is their intelligence, and they're just really genuinely fun to be around. Like the way they react to you is like unlike any other animal. So that's something I really love about them. And what is my favorite dolphin? I think I stated this earlier with Steno which is the rough-toothed dolphin. I've never seen one before, but I want to see one eventually. Hopefully next year if I get to go to Panama City, because there's a aquarium there called Gulf World that has rough-toothed dolphins. Most of the dolphins that they have were stranded before, because there's a significant population of rough-toothed dolphins around that area, and some of them get stranded, so they just take them in. What is my favorite animal besides marine ones? I actually really like parrots, also for their intelligence. I actually want to get a parrot as a pet. The one that I want to get is a green cheek conure, and they're very small. They're not as loud as other parrots, but they're still pretty intelligent, and that's why I want one. They have really beautiful colors too. They have like turquoise feathers under their wings, and that's really pretty. But yeah, parrots are another big thing for me. Did I see Dolphin Tale? Yes, I did. I actually had that as a Blu-ray that we got as like a Christmas present for my dad last year, along with some other Blu-rays. But that was one of them, and I watched it with him and a couple of my friends, and I was pointing out when it was CGI and when it was a real dolphin, because I can tell if it's going to be a real dolphin or not. And I feel like I sort of ruined it for them. Also, I can't really take Morgan Freeman seriously as a doctor, so yeah, it was all right. I give it like a 7 out of 10. But I do like that it shows that not all aquariums are bad. That's the main thing that I like about that film, is that it's showing that not all aquariums are the bad guy, because like every other movie that's about that sort of thing, the aquarium or marine park is the bad guy. But in Dolphin Tale, it's the good guy because they're trying to save that dolphin's life. So yeah, people don't realize that that's why we have these types of facilities. Next question: have I played a musical instrument? I've tried picking up the keyboard once, but I I am just very impatient. So I don't really have any musical ability. So yeah, musical instrument. I've never really tried picking up one. I've tried the keyboard once, but I failed. So yeah. Next question: how much time do I spend on the computer? Too much time. A lot of time I just have it like goofing around, or if I'm working on videos, or if I'm just watching like ponies on the computer. Then yeah, I probably spend too much time on my computer. Have I ever played Minecraft? Yes, I have. I bought it I think spring of last year, and I started playing it with my friends. And I do want to start playing it again, hopefully after we get the documentary done, I can start playing it more often. Next question: what anime do I watch? I've watched a few anime. Though recently I've been watching Soul Eater, which is it's interesting. But I have a list of different animes that I've watched. You can find that in the description. I'll put a link there. What are my favorite films? I really love the Jurassic Park series, which I'd love for Jurassic Park 4 to not suck. Though a lot of people say that the Lost World and Jurassic Park 3 suck, but I don't think they suck that bad. They're not that bad of movies. I mean, we're here for the dinosaurs. We don't care about story. We want dinosaurs. And that's what I really loved about Jurassic Park when it first came out. I was 5 years old when it first came out, and when I saw the dinosaurs, I was like, wow, they can actually do that. And that was like one of the hallmarks for CGI because they made them look really convincing. But other than Jurassic Park, probably Network, which is a film from the 70s. If you don't know what it is, it's basically about like how news programming stuff is, and it's really amusing. There's one really famous quote from it is like I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore. And then like people on the streets, all of them open their windows and say that same quote. And but yeah, if you haven't seen that film, watch it. It's really good. But as far as other films, there's a lot of recent ones that I really like. I like just District 9. I like Kick-Ass. I like the Pixar films. But I'm not really a film buff. I'm more of a modern cartoon buff. I do like watching movies though. Have I played League of Legends? Yes, I have. I played it like way before it got popular though. I played it with one of my friends, and we were just like messing around and just having fun with it. But then people got too serious, and yeah, I just didn't play it anymore. But yeah, that was back in like 2009, I think. It was like a long time ago, before it got popular. The next question, am I looking forward to Wreck-It Ralph? Yes, I am. I'm definitely probably gonna see that with my friend, who's also a video game person. But yeah, that looks really interesting. And surprising for a non-Pixar Disney film, which is 3D animated. I would expect something like that from Pixar, but this is really interesting. So I can't wait to see that. What kind of music do I like, and what are my favorite bands? I like a little bit of I don't want to say a little bit of everything, but usually anything that's revolving around rock, like pop rock, progressive rock, metal, anything like that. And I do like orchestral stuff too. And I've started to get a little bit more into electronic, but mainly that's just for the Brony stuff. But for rock, it's just rock stuff. And my favorite bands as of right now, I have about 6 different favorite bands. I have Alice in Chains, one of my favorites. The Police, Supertramp, Dead Can Dance, The Wonder Stuff, and Giant Squid, which are all very different bands. But I love them all for different reasons. But I can go a lot deeper into that, but I won't. Just if you look up those bands, you can see what they're about. Next question: am I good with animation? I feel like I could be if I really, really tried. It's just animation takes a lot of patience, and I don't have that much patience. Because I've tried my hand at it before, and it just takes a lot of work, and I just don't feel like I'm that patient. So kudos to anybody who animates because it's a hell of a lot of work. Next question: do I play chess? No, I'm horrible at chess, so no, I don't really play chess. Then next question: do I read Homestuck? No, I just don't really see the appeal of it. Like I tried reading before, and some people have like tried explaining the whole thing to me of like why it's supposed to be good, and then I like go to the site. At first when I like looked it up, I looked up Homestuck, and then I went to MS Paint Adventures, and I was like, wait, this is MS Paint Adventures, because I knew about that before he made the Homestuck story, so I was really confused. So I'm just really flabbergasted at how big it's become of a webcomic fandom. That's really strange to me. I think it's even stranger than Bronies because we have TV and a show. Homestuck's not even a cartoon, so it's kind of strange. Anyway, but yeah, I haven't read Homestuck. I've read a little bit of it, but I don't read it. I just don't really see the appeal of it. And then last question, of all the fan bases I have encountered, which one is the worst? I really want to answer this honestly, and one thing that really bothers me about people when they say that bronies are worse than so and so fandom, I've seen people who are a lot worse than us in the furry fandom. I was a furry for about 5 years, and that fandom is a lot bigger than us. So there's also going to be a lot more people in that are worse than us. And there's the whole persecution complex that they have, which is really bad, and we really shouldn't fall into that. Like I think that we really need to keep a level head, and that we're not some really big cult or anything. We're just fans of cartoons. So yeah, for the furries, they're linked by anthropomorphism. We're linked by a cartoon show, and for the cartoon show, that's something that we can all relate to. For furries, they relate to anthropomorphism and like their fetishes. At least that's from my experience. You can have different opinions, but that's from my experience. So, for My Little Pony, I think we have, the better, we're better off. So, that's my honest opinion. So, that's my last question on this. And now my throat really hurts, so I'm going to stop talking for like 50 years now.